Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe. This one's going to be doing a video for Fear the Walking Dead, actually. I was kind of surprised to do another video for Fear the Walking Dead, but I definitely wanted to do a video on this one because, obviously, the show ended about a year ago. If you guys didn't see the video that I did, I think it was about a week ago or so. And we actually do have some minor stuff to talk about for this show. Screen Rant did an article today, which I thought was kind of interesting, or I think it was like a day or two before, something like that. And I read this and I thought it was kind of interesting. They're actually asking Coleman Domingo if he would ever return to the Victor Strand role. And you know, it's funny, he actually didn't say no, which I was like, what? I was like, damn, okay. He's basically talking in this one about how he feels like the story ended when it needed to end. He feels like the storyline ended at a point where, he thought it was necessary. But then he went on to say that he thinks that the character low-key could have some kind of a continuation if it was some kind of standalone. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, you're tempting Gimple, man. You're tempting him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're tempting him. Here's the thing. I think this is very unlikely. That's why I'm kind of just hopping on here. It's not going to be a very lengthy video. I'm just kind of addressing it and kind of moving on. But I found this interesting because I was like, okay, Victor Strand, as I've mentioned before, I mean, they did a darn good job with him on Fear, even through the reboot, I'd say, like with the new showrunners, the terrible new showrunners, Ian and Andrew. The only point where I started to not like his character was Season 7 and Season 8. Season 7 and 8, they started to mess him up actually quite bad. He was like this creeper that was like taking over the frickin' babies and stuff, and he was stealing Morgan's baby, and like this whole frickin' season, I remember he's sitting there and he's like, I want the baby, Morgan, I want the baby. Like, he was going crazy, like, bring me the baby, like he was mental, and not in a good way either. Like, literally, Morgan took his baby back, which was his baby, and he's like, oh, it's not your baby, Morgan, it's my baby, so you gotta let me have the baby. I'm like, okay, so how many times are you gonna say baby? But anyway, I really did not like his character that season. And then in Season 8, obviously, he turned into Anton. I'm Anton. I'm Anton. I'm Anton. I'm Anton. Frank and Klaus.
We're building Padre for Alicia, for Nick, for Frank, and Klaus.
What are you doing here?
I'm like, holy shit. Like, are you cuckoo? Like, I don't know. Is the frickin' like moose getting to your head? Like, I don't know. But anyway, point being, I did not like what they did with him in the last 2 seasons. So, potentially bringing him back, I would say, is not a great thing. But the actor, Coleman Domingo, did say that if it was some kind of standalone or if he liked the story, he would do it. I don't think this is going to amount to anything. Admittedly, the only way I think this would amount to anything is if they ever did an LA spinoff, which I hope they don't do, honestly. I'm just so done with Madison Clark. I don't want to see her again. They've ruined her character from something that I already thought was kind of mediocre, but I don't want to see Madison again. I do not want to see Madison. But Strand, like I said, the only way I would be alright with Strand in the franchise is if they wrote him correctly and they made him to where he was like this big boss or something somewhere, like in I don't know, maybe like New York or something, Negan runs into him and he has to make like these scummy deals with him, and this guy's kind of a pain in the ass for Negan to deal with. I mean, come on, you guys can't tell me you wouldn't find that entertaining if Victor Strand was well written and Negan had to deal with him in Dead City. I think there'd be some charisma there, you know what I mean? Like, if this ever amounted to anything, which I don't think it will because Coleman Domingo is quite a busy guy, but if this ever amounted to anything, and I'll say this, acknowledgement to the actor here, I'm surprised he's even commenting on this, even saying that he'd be down to do something if the opportunity was right. But I will say this, honestly, I think that Victor Strand as a character, if he's written well, I think he's good. I do. I'm just a little worried because Fear the Walking Dead messed him up so bad that you'd have to really go back on some of the bullshit that they did in that show. But it's not impossible. I'll say it's not impossible. Characters like Madison, characters like, Alicia, characters like, I don't know. There's a few, I really hope they're just done. Honestly, I hope they're wrapped up because I just think they messed them up so much. Victor being one of them. But he's like the one character that's not beyond repair. I feel like if you wrote him correctly and you gave him a good script, because the actor's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the actor is amazing. I'm sure it would be somewhat enjoyable. So, I don't know. Don't think we'll ever see Victor in the franchise again. I honestly don't think we will, but it is interesting that Coleman Domingo commented on this, and I found it interesting enough to where I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a video on this, honestly, because he's a character that I was invested in for a good few seasons. It's one that I did enjoy on Fear for a good amount of time until they messed him up. So, I don't know. We'll see if anything amounts to this. I don't think we'll ever see Victor in the franchise again, but if we do, if you write him correctly, I mean, I'd be all right with it. You wouldn't catch me complaining, I guess is the best way I'd put it. But dear God, leave his stupid family out of it. You know what? That's my one request. Leave stupid Frank and Klaus out of it. Then you can bring him back if you want to. So, anyway, post comments down below. Let me know what you all think. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, guys, make sure to click to subscribe and tune up to any other videos for The Walking Dead. Sure, follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies did a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.